So I'm Brad Levitt, president of A Finer Touch Construction, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today on this episode, we want to talk about some of the challenges in construction. That's a common occurrence we deal with daily, and how do you stay positive with the challenges that come about. So I think for any company, as you're working in construction, you're going to notice that it's the ups and downs, right? And one thing we deal with, we're problem solvers. Every job that we work on in construction, which I'm sure all of you can attest to, has issues. And it's a daily occurrence, that we have plans that don't work, we have either mistakes that are made, oversights that happen from whether it be ourselves as a GC or the architect or engineer. So one thing that's really important to think about is how we problem solve. So it's just a mindset. One thing I've learned in our team is that there's always a solution. There's no reason to get really worked up anytime there's a problem, whether we install the wrong tile, or maybe our ceiling height is incorrect, or the door opening's wrong, or in one case with the inspector where we needed a platform for the water heater because of the rating of the water heater, and that wasn't installed. I mean, all these little things come up in the day-to-day construction. And it's real important to think about, these are all easy fixes. Even if on the major fixes, they can be done. It's just a matter of time. And it's important to understand that, to not get upset with either your staff or your client, to just patiently work through those, because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal. We want to get this home done. We want to get it finished. We want to have the quality there, and we want to have it done for a great price. So having a positive mindset and looking at every challenge as an opportunity, and then not only that, but it's a stepping stone. I can assure you that some of the mistakes that I've made in my past, or my team, that does not happen a second time, because you learn the hard way at times. We had one experience that we turned into a positive, and I'll go through that with you. So we had a custom home actually here in Scottsdale, and the height limits in Scottsdale were 30 feet. Well, typically what happens is the home's framed, and you have your roof trusses set, and you're ready to bring the surveyor out. He'll check that height survey to make sure we're within the height tolerance of the city, and they go off of final grade. So he was checking it, and he noticed that our building was too high. It was 3 feet actually above the height limit required by the city of Scottsdale. So of course we said, okay, well here we are at this point. There's a few ways to look at this. One, let's see if we can get a variance. So that was probably the easiest and most hopeful solution. So we went down, met with the city officials, asked for a variance. Of course, it was denied, right? They would not give us a variance. So, okay, we looked at phase two. Well, how do we work through this? And part of the reason that we had that issue, confusion in the plans from the architect, and so with the framer and the truss manufacturer made some interpretation. And so there's this changes being made without that communication to us as the GC, without communication to the architect, and this interpretation now brought us to the issue that we had at hand. So again, we sat down as a team. We sat down with the architect, we sat down with our framer, we sat down with our trust company and said, okay, this is how we got here, how do we fix it? And then we worked as a team to collaborate and everyone do their portion to get this now corrected. So we ended up in this scenario, we went back, we had all the trusses rebuilt, we came in, we pulled the trusses off of the house, we reframed some of the second floor walls. Once that was done, reset the trusses, everything was engineered, special inspected, had the city come out, it now fell under that 30-foot limit. So again, although there was one of the bigger issues we faced, we turned it into positive. We showed our client that, hey, problems will come up and they happen. And in this case, it was a major one from some lack of communication. But that's why, you want to hire a good contractor that's going to stand behind that and take care of it and collaborate and problem solve, because everything we do, this is all done by hand. It's all done meticulously. And so mistakes do happen. It's human nature. Thanks for tuning in again to the AFT Construction channel on YouTube. Please make sure and comment, like, and subscribe. Any support is much appreciated.